Hey there UKDCers, today we have the full review of this, which is the CRKT Symmetry. This was purchased for me by David again, so thank you very much to him. Huge thanks for the support, my man. This was manufactured, where is it? Yeah, product of China, made by CRKT of course, and designed by Richard Rogers, who, if you're at all familiar with, you'll basically instantly recognise this as a Rogers design, but if you're not, he's done some fantastic customs, and they're all sort of like this slender, slim, elegant design. He's done quite a few front flippers. He designed the CEO by CRKT as well, if you're familiar with that one. I mean, if you type Richard Rogers into Heine, you'll get a bunch of knives designed by him, and you'll see they're all in this same vein, very elegant, very sleek. So this is, you know, undeniably a Rogers design. It will come in this, just, you know, your standard CRKT box. If you've ever bought a CRKT, you know, it's exactly the same. So, unremarkable, but absolutely does the job. Very functional. This is currently, at the time of recording, £51.95 on Heine. Really not an expensive knife, you know, just straight in line with CRKT's sort of budget, but, you know, very well designed ethos. The action on this is fantastic. It does have that little issue though, where if you flick it too hard, it does tend to... Oh, I didn't do it that time. Or that time. Or that time. Occasionally, if you pull this too hard, it can bounce back, like the force can cause it to hit the top and then bounce back out a little bit like that, as you just saw on that very first one. So I'm glad I caught it once on camera. But there you go, right there again. You can see it's not fully deployed, even though it hit the top and the D10 didn't quite sink in, and you have to just push down. So while the action's very easy, you know, it flicks out like that, you don't want to be really going super hardcore with it. You just want to, you know, it doesn't take a lot. It's a very nice, there you go, just like that. Easy to deploy front flipper, which is nice to see, because I've had one like this, the Isham Blade Works Black Star V2, which this really takes a knack. You definitely have to, like, there's a learning curve to getting this one. You know, I've got it down now. I've spent enough time with this one to get it, but this one has this very nasty bit here that's very easy to get your finger caught up in. And when I had my first one of these with a silver blade, it actually tore up my finger a little bit when I was trying to learn it. So, like that. See, if you get it wrong, it will just do that for you. Happily, the Symmetry has none of those issues. Like I said, you got this huge bit here just to grab on with your finger, and it's a very easy, just like that. The handle's nice and big as well, so it's not difficult to purchase in your hand when you're trying to brace it so it doesn't fall out. This is running on bearings, of course. You have your IKBS system there. You have your sort of non-captive pivot there, along with these, and these for the pocket clip. I'm going to take a guess. I've already taken this apart. I think they're all T6, are they? Yep. All of the hardware on this is T6, which is good to see. I mean, I'd prefer it to be all T8, but having it all be the same, just one tool to take the whole thing apart, is a plus. This is, so I just steel liners, well, scales, I guess. I'll just pull that out. Yeah, there we go. Steel scales. This is just glass reinforced nylon, just plastic, basically. Even though it sort of looks carbon fibre-ish, it's obviously not. It is just plastic inserts, which is nice enough, I suppose. You know, it is functional, does the job. You have these blue anodized screws going all the way through it that hold these on and this on, as well as this blue anodized lanyard clip and the pocket clip here. This is reversible to the other side, however, it is an absolute pain in your ass. So this is secured with, I think, white Loctite, and there's a good reason for that. Because this, as you can see, now that I've undone it and haven't put white Loctite on it again, it now does this, where it didn't do this before because I undid it, checked to see that it went on this side, and then put it back. But yes, it is doable, but it's very, very stuck on there, I guess. So just be aware that these are very well Loctited if you are intending to switch it over. I didn't use any heat or anything to melt mine. Luckily, these Vero ones seem to stand up quite well to not like stripping them out. I guess they fit better or something. I used to use cheaper Asda ones, and if it didn't strip the screw out, it'd strip the bit out. So quality tools, I guess, but there you go. But it is reversible. Obviously it's tip up only, there's no tip down options. When you're holding it, like I said, there's quite a lot of like real estate on this handle here, so you can get full 4-finger grip on there. Yeah, sort of that jimping at the top there does catch on your thumb, and it does stop it from just slamming into your finger there. That starts to bite on the inside there. So it's not very comfortable though, but it would save you, I guess, from getting your finger sliced. Centering's a little, I don't know, is it? Yeah, it's tiny bit off, tiny bit favouring this side. There's actually zero blade play, like not even the tiny little bit that's usually on Ball D10 knives. This one's really solid. So yeah, I guess there's that. Being a CRKT, this is of course made out of well, it actually doesn't say on there, but it's HCR13 at MOV, which is budget steel. I mean, it's really not bad, don't get me wrong, don't let that put you off, but if you're looking for M390 or 20CV, obviously this ain't it. I have been using this at work, of course, as with all of them, and this one has obviously started to go blunt because it is HCR13. Billboarding on this, you just have your CRKT there. You have Symmetry, the little IKBS logo, Rogers design, and 7190, which I'm going to assume is an individual serial number. You don't get any sort of choil, no sharpening choil, no finger choil on this, which is a bit of a shame. This is going to be a right pain to sharpen once you get past here. Let's do a little length comparison here. So since it's right here, and there you go, you can see it's just about in line with the UKPK. Tiny bit smaller blade, but just about the same, and again almost identical to a Victorinox Pioneer, if that's your reference point. If you're looking for a locking knife reference point, there is a Benchmade 940, and here is a Buck 110, and you can see it's not absolutely tiny at all, but it's it's not like super huge either. So yeah, the only problems I've had with this, and let's be honest, there were two, is this wiggling around, which isn't ideal. This was actually a little bit difficult to get in my pocket as well. It's a very, very stiff and like quite a small ramp there. I did on a couple of occasions just be like, screw it, I'll just drop it in rather than clip it. I wish you could remove this pocket clip, because I would do that in a heartbeat, but these screws are too long. Obviously you could probably cut them off, because they just screw into like stuff in here. There's an actual disassembly of this if you'd like to see that on my channel. It's the first impression to this knife. But yes, you're not really able to remove this. You'd just be left with these two standoffs here, and that's just naff. The other one is that, yes, first time. You can see there that it occasionally won't fully deploy, and that's bad, because of course, yes, if you're going to just use it like that quick, there's going to be, there's a chance it'll just go straight like that. If you're just going to hold it normally, you'll usually sort that out with your thumb though, so I'm not going to call that a huge issue. I was wondering if that would sort itself out with time by breaking it in, but it doesn't seem to have been the case. For £52-ish, this is, really, really elegant, really nice little front flipper. We don't have enough of those in the UK. It's like this, the Wasabi, and this, I think, unless you're willing to go custom. Maybe the Monterey Bay knives everywhere carry, but again, you have to import that, and that's a whole kerfuffle. But this is yeah, I've enjoyed carrying this quite a lot. A couple of co-workers said this looked really really snazzy. Obviously not knowing that CRKT are usually budget oriented, but yeah, it looks very nice, and it's been an absolute joy to use. Two issues aside, it's completely fine. It feels nice. It's quite weighty, not like to the point of being annoying in your pocket, but it doesn't feel like a feather or anything. You got these like this with the steel scales. So yeah, for £52, you can't really go wrong. This is certainly on the cheaper side. It's the steel's not just nothing. It's not just stainless steel, which is a huge bonus for me. I really hate it when if they're not going to specify what the steel actually is, it's usually really bad. But yes, this one seems to be fine. But yeah, if you like the look of it, absolutely, I'd say go for it. There's a couple of competitors in the market, but one of them's the CEO from CRKT, and that's not a flipper for the UK market. That's a nail nick. And the other one would be the Bokeh Wasabi, is the closest competitor to this. And what I would say is the Bokeh Wasabi's probably a little bit nicer materials, but this feels more sturdy. My problem with the Bokeh Wasabi is that it was very very flimsy. Like you could squeeze the scales and they'd feel a bit yikes, and where it was so thin, the blade came right up to here. But this one seems to have addressed those issues. It just has the little issue here, which again, if you just hold it like that, you'll sort that out automatically. And the small pocket clip issue, which if you're going to use this right-handed and not take this apart, you probably won't have that issue anyway. It's probably where I've taken it apart and not re-Loctited it, but there you go. So yeah, the CRKT Symmetry, actually quite a fantastic knife. Wasn't expecting it to be this good, but yeah, thank you very much. Cheers.